Ultimatum. Royal family tells Prince Harry, "Do these two things or we will never forgive you." Imagine your family giving you a do-or-die ultimatum. Prince Harry, once a beloved royal, now faces a critical choice. The Duke of Sussex has been given an ultimatum by his royal family. But what are these two critical demands, and why do they hold so much weight? Before we dive into the juicy details, let's take a step back. This isn't your typical family dispute over who's bringing the potato salad to Christmas dinner. Let's rewind to early 2020, when Megxit, a term coined after Harry and Meghan's shock departure from royal duties, made headlines worldwide. Remember that? It was like the ultimate "I'm moving out, Mom and Dad" moment. The couple moved across the pond, leaving behind their royal life and heading straight into a media whirlwind. Was it a bold, admirable move for freedom, or a betrayal of centuries-old royal traditions? The opinions were, and still are, polarizing. But here's the thing, that wasn't the beginning of the tensions. The rift between Prince Harry and the royal family had been brewing for years, and the public fallout only brought it to a head. Then came Oprah. You probably saw the bombshell interview in 2021, where Harry and Meghan bared it all, from claims of racism within the institution to feeling trapped under the royal thumb. For the British royal family, it was like airing dirty laundry on the world's biggest stage, and they were not happy about it. But the royal family isn't one to air grievances publicly. Unlike Harry and Meghan, they prefer a stiff upper lip and private handling of issues. So, what happens when centuries of tradition collide with modern-day transparency? Cue today's ultimatum. And trust me, it's not the kind you can sweep under the rug. Fast forward to now. Prince Harry stands at a crossroads. According to sources close to Buckingham Palace, the royal family has made their stance clear. The first demand is simple yet monumental. Harry must publicly apologize to the royal family. Yes, you read that right, a public apology for the hurt caused by his statements and actions. Now, let's pause here. Apologize? Prince Harry, known for his fiery independence, is being asked to publicly say, "I'm sorry" to the institution he once critiqued so harshly. That's like telling a rebellious teenager to apologize after they've just stormed out of the house. How likely is that to happen? You might be wondering, why is this so important to the royal families? Well, it's about more than just saving face. The monarchy thrives on unity, tradition, and a well-maintained public image. Harry's bombshell revelations rocked that foundation, and an apology is seen as a way to restore balance, a symbol that despite everything, the family comes first. But for Harry, is saying sorry truly in his best interest? After all, he's carved a new life with Meghan in California, built a brand independent of the monarchy, and seems to be enjoying life outside of royal constraints. So, should he apologize and mend fences, or stick to his guns and face being permanently sidelined? It's a tough call, right? And that's only half of the ultimatum. As if a public apology wasn't enough, the royal family's second demand is even more shocking. Harry must consider resuming royal duties. Wait, what? Wasn't the whole point of leaving the royal fold to avoid the constant public scrutiny and rigid expectations? It seems the royal family is asking Harry to walk right back into the very life he chose to leave behind. Let's face it, being a royal is no walk in the park. Endless public appearances, sticking to protocol, and a life lived in front of cameras, it's like having your every move scripted. Not exactly the freedom-filled Californian dream that Harry's been living. But here's where it gets even trickier. The royal family believes that by resuming duties, Harry could help repair not just his reputation, but the image of the monarchy itself. Think about it. A return to royal life could be a powerful narrative of reconciliation. It shows that family, no matter how strained, can always find its way back together. In their view, Harry's re-entry could be the glue that holds the monarchy together in an increasingly modern and divided world. But here's the million-dollar question. Would Harry even want to go back? Does he really want to trade his quiet family life for the spotlight once again? This ultimatum isn't just about royal obligations. It's about identity, legacy, and the future of one of the most famous families on Earth. What makes this ultimatum so gripping is the sheer clash of values. On one hand, we have the royal family, an institution bound by duty, tradition, and public perception. On the other hand, there's Prince Harry, a man who has made it clear that he values personal freedom, mental health, and protecting his wife and children from the very pressures that once consumed his life. It's a classic tug-of-war, and we're all watching from the sidelines. Will Harry prioritize the ties that bind him to one of the world's most prestigious families, or will he continue down the path of independence, knowing it could mean burning bridges forever? And while we speculate, It's hard not to relate to this conundrum. Haven't we all faced moments where we had to choose between the expectations of others and our own desires? Between staying loyal to family traditions and carving out our own identity? Harry's situation, though on a global stage, isn't so different from the personal battles many of us fight. What's at stake? The future of the royal family. Let's not underestimate what's truly at stake here. The future of the royal family as we know it. With King Charles now on the throne and the monarchy under intense public scrutiny, every move matters. A fractured royal family weakens the very essence of what they stand for: unity, strength, and tradition. And without those elements, the royal family risks becoming less relevant in today's rapidly changing world. But there's also something deeper at play: Harry's own legacy. Does he want to be remembered as the prince who stood up to the monarchy, or the one who ultimately found a way to bridge the gap between the old world and the new? His decision will shape how future generations view not just him, but the royal family as a whole. As the clock ticks, one question remains: what will Prince Harry do? Will he choose to apologize and return to royal duties, or will he stand firm and continue on his path, even if it means a permanent estrangement from the royal family? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure: whatever decision he makes, the world will be watching, and history will have its say. Now it's your turn. What do you think Prince Harry should do? Should he apologize and return to royal life, or continue on his current path? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's see where you stand in this royal showdown. Behind the public eye, it's not just the royal family pushing for a decision. Harry's close friends and confidants have also reportedly weighed in on the ultimatum, each offering their own advice on this impossible choice. Some believe Harry should seize this chance to make amends. After all, family is family, right? They argue that apologizing might be a bitter pill to swallow, but it could lead to healing and bring Harry back into the fold. Others, on the other hand, are more cautious. They worry that returning to royal duties would mean sacrificing the freedom Harry fought so hard for. Remember, this is a man who has been vocal about the mental health struggles he endured during his time as a senior royal. For them, going back would be like stepping back into a cage. But here's the twist: Harry's not just thinking about himself anymore. His decisions now directly impact his wife, Meghan, and their two children, Archie and Lilibet. Meghan, too, has been a strong advocate for living life on their terms, away from the rigid expectations of royalty. So whatever decision Harry makes, it's not just his own future that's at stake, it's his family's. Doesn't that raise a crucial question for all of us? When faced with an ultimatum, do we act based on our personal desires, or do we consider the greater good for those we love? Harry's decision isn't just a royal matter, it's a deeply personal dilemma that resonates with anyone who's ever had to make a life-altering choice for their family. Throughout this saga, one thing has become abundantly clear: Prince Harry is a man on a mission to protect his mental well-being. His openness about his struggles with anxiety and depression is a refreshing and rare move for someone in his position. After all, the British royal family is known for their stoicism, their grin-and-bear-it attitude. But Harry broke the mold. For Harry, this ultimatum isn't just about mending relationships, it's about maintaining his hard-won mental freedom. Can he reconcile with his family while staying true to himself, or will going back to the royal fold mean sacrificing his emotional health once again? This isn't just a royal issue, it's a human one. How many of us have struggled with the expectations placed on us by others? How many times have we put our mental well-being on the line to meet those expectations? Harry's struggle is a mirror for the countless people who are fighting to balance personal fulfillment with the demands of family and society. So, as Harry stands on the precipice of this decision, we're left wondering: will he prioritize his mental health, or will the weight of royal duty pull him back into the fold? We can't talk about Harry's ultimatum without mentioning Meghan Markle. She's been a lightning rod for both praise and criticism since entering the royal scene. For some, she's the embodiment of modernity and independence. For others, she's a disruptor who pushed Harry away from his family. But what role does Meghan play in all this? There's no doubt she will influence Harry's decision. After all, they've built a life together based on shared values of freedom, privacy, and mental health. Meghan has made it clear that she will always stand by Harry's side, no matter what. But here's where things get interesting. While Meghan may support Harry's decision, would she ever be open to returning to royal life herself? That's a question few have dared to ask. Could there ever be a version of events where both Harry and Meghan step back into the spotlight of royal duties, but this time on their own terms? It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? A scenario where Harry and Meghan become the bridge between the royal family and the modern world, combining their independence with their royal heritage. But that's a big if. And then there's the court of public opinion. We can't ignore how much public perception plays a role in royal affairs. Every move Harry and Meghan make is scrutinized, analyzed, and debated by the media and the public alike. With millions of people around the world following their every step, it's safe to say that Harry's decision will be more than a personal one. It will be global news. The media has long had a complicated relationship with Harry, and it's only intensified since he left the royal fold. On one hand, many admire his bravery for speaking out about mental health and advocating for change within the monarchy. On the other hand, some criticize him for turning his back on the institution that raised him. Whatever decision Harry makes, public reaction will be fierce. Will he be celebrated as the prince who returned to save his family, or will he be condemned as the one who chose freedom over tradition? But at the end of the day, does public opinion really matter when it comes to family? Wouldn't you agree that Harry's ultimate decision should be based on what's best for him, Meghan, and their children, rather than on the expectations of the world? Here's the real kicker. This ultimatum has a deadline. The royal family isn't offering Harry unlimited time to make his decision. According to reports, the family is urging Harry to act soon, before it's too late. This sense of urgency adds an extra layer of tension to the already fraught situation. Harry doesn't have the luxury of time to sit back and weigh his options indefinitely. The clock is ticking, and sooner rather than later, the world will know what path he chooses. Imagine being in Harry's shoes. It's a choice most of us can't even think about. The clock ticking adds to the drama. Will Harry make peace with his family before time runs out, or will it be too late? As we reach the end of this royal drama, we must ask ourselves, what would you do if you were Prince Harry? Would you apologize and return to royal life to make peace with your family? Or would you stay independent, even if it means being estranged forever? This decision touches the heart of what it means to balance duty, freedom, and family ties. It's a choice that affects us deeply. So, let's hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you give in to the royal ultimatum, or would you stand your ground, no matter the consequences? Prince Harry's decision is more than personal. It's a royal reckoning. Whatever happens next, it will make history. The royal reckoning, how Harry's decision could change the monarchy forever. Prince Harry's decision affects not just his family but the monarchy itself. The royal family is already trying to stay relevant in a changing world. Social media, politics, and values have put the monarchy under scrutiny. Harry's ultimatum has pushed it to a critical point. If Harry apologizes and rejoins the royal family, he could redefine what it means to be a modern royal. Imagine a monarchy that values mental health, freedom, and transparency openly. Could Harry's return start a new era for the royal family, blending tradition and modern values? On the other hand, if Harry refuses, the royal family might lose a vital connection to younger generations. Harry and Meghan have made the monarchy appealing to younger audiences. Without them, the monarchy might seem more out of touch than ever. Either way, Harry's decision is a turning point for him and the monarchy. Will it adapt and survive? Or will it stick to tradition, alienating the people it hopes to inspire? Let's talk about forgiveness. After the Oprah interview and growing distance, can forgiveness happen? Is the royal family ready to forgive and forget, or is this just a show of reconciliation? Forgiveness is hard in any family, even more so with royal duties and media scrutiny. If Harry apologizes, will there be real healing, or will old wounds still hurt?